Welcome to this third video tutorial on how to manipulate fonts, text and typefacing in Photoshop. In this one we'll continue with the curve of where we ended with the last training. We'll quickly do the curve over without me explaining, and then we're going to use the font style manipulator, where we are going to make it look like a wave, and the further the shorter the sine wave becomes of the wave, the smaller we're going to have the text go. So I'm going to go ahead and draw a curve. Just make a new layer, and it must be on a path. Shorter and shortest yet. So I'm just going to move these so that they are more or less stepping down in frequency. Something like that. Okay, now I'm going to adjust the actual curves. Oh, my soul, old man. No, it's embarrassing. So we'll have that as another one there. Don't want to make them too frequent, like that. So I'm just going to move along a bit. So now I'm going to just select all of these points, and by Control T and holding Shift in, I'm just going to scale all of them out uniformly so that they spread all over the document. So it says something like that, and I'm just going to center it a bit. Okay. Now the text tool, and as previously we're going to start typing when that little gizmo tells us that we can type onto the line. We need to ensure that we're going to type from left to right, and this baseline shift needs to be zeroed out so that we don't have the same mistakes as we did with the previous one. Okay, so for some reason I'm going to have to start using other recording software because it makes my input peripherals a little bit kooky. Okay, that's it. So I'm just going to scale the text a bit to fit into the curve. So I'm going to what I'm going to do is I'm going to scale this down to the minimum size that I want at the furthest end, because those are going to be the smallest characters. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the tracking. I'm going to increase that as we did in the first nugget where I put the word design under that small logo. So I'm just going to increase that little scooch. No, that's obviously too much. So we are going to adjust that curve so that the letters row in smoothly. Let's say 65 and a little bit more. I'm going to go up to 180, even a little bit more. Let's say 200. Let's see. Okay. So I'm going to decrease the value a little bit of the size, and no, I can't really do that. I'm going to, it's a little bit of a feel and adjust. So there we go. That's ideal. So we've got this in a curve now. We are going to, I think we're going to do this beforehand to get this a little, these corners are too sharp for those, for the value of the spacing between those characters. So I'm going to be modifying this curve to not be as rough at the end. I'm going to shorten those handles. And you should see that as I shorten them, those words will look a little bit more not distorted. I'm happy with that. So as you can see, that it rolled out of that curve. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just extend the curve beyond the border of the screen, or of the document bound. No. No, I wish. Okay, I'm having a little bit of a hard time with that mouse, the recording stuff. So I'm just going to, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to take that last point and I'm just going to drag it further so that the line has more weight to it. You need to select path selection tool just to ensure that you select only that one so that you can, no. There we go. So, this is a big no. You scale it, see if that helps. All right, fantastic. Okay, I think we can bring the distance between those characters just a little bit in, because we are going to inflate on the size of. Don't move the text if you move around on your warped or custom curved text. If you move that, you're not going to move the curve along with it, and that might become a little bit of an issue later on. So rather move the curve if you need to move the text itself. Okay, so I'm going to select the text and I'm going to hit the text type tool, and with this warp manipulator, we're going to select the inflate tool. So what we're going to do is we're going to, I don't want a lot of a bend, we straighten the bend. The horizontal distortion, you slide all the way up. until you get more or less what you want. Let's change that color so that it looks a little more fitting towards what we are going to do with it at the end of the day. So that's more features in Photoshop on how to manipulate writing text or cells of writing that you want. I think we must quickly do one thing that I didn't mention in the first nugget, the inside a confined custom shape. So I'm going to switch that one off, and with the ellipse, as previously, I'm going to draw another ellipse. And I'm just going to move this to the center. Now, remember we had that little wave mark and the circle if we click on the inside. Now, I just want to show what this does because I think my explanation might have been a little bit vague, and it's something cool to know. All right, so I'm just going to write and spaces every now and again. I'm not pressing enter anywhere. Right, so I think it serves as a very good explanation. Just seeing what it did. You can use any closed shape where the first vertex is sealed against the last vertex. You can use as a text box or a text box shape, however you want to put it. Let's just move this a little bit. So that's the line spacing is a little bit too close. So I'm just moving that out, and you'll see it fills that area according to how you. But obviously, it will take a little bit of smart writing and using words in a way that it doesn't break with spaces there. If you want to have a full fill of your writing in a round shape, it's a little bit difficult. So, but it's doable. So yeah. I hope these three videos was informative and that I helped somebody out there to better use their writing and text tool in Photoshop. Bye.